All right, so it's been about 6 months since I picked up my brand new Tesla Model 3. I picked it up in June, July, one of those 2 months. I have the white interior and I have the gray exterior. I want to kind of jump into the main topics like charging, the practicality, and how the overall ownership experience is. Yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So charging the Tesla is not too difficult. I know a lot of people make it seem like that, but it's not. Most stations I've been to are right off the highway exits or near shopping areas. So it's easy to grab food, run errands, or just chill in the car while they charge it. One thing I've noticed is if you precondition the battery on your way to a supercharger, which Tesla basically recommends, it basically warms the battery up and the charging goes by a lot quicker. What's cool about the supercharger is that it's usually even cheaper during off-peak hours. Tesla has like two kind of chargers, one that are dynamic and one that are set. Dynamic change throughout the day, and set chargers are usually set prices no matter what time you pull up. And honestly, the in-car entertainment is a lifesaver while you wait. You've got Netflix, YouTube, Twitch, and even a web browser. But it's pretty straightforward. I know a lot of blogs and a lot of car enthusiasts love to make it look like having a Tesla is impossible and not great, but I haven't had any problems with it so far. In Toronto especially, the infrastructure is amazing, so I can't complain. All right, so maintenance. In this car, the last thing I had to do, or for the last 6 months, the only thing I really had to do was put windshield washer fluid in there. Other than that, nothing really. I think one thing you should know is that that's kind of typical across the board with Teslas. A lot of owners will tell you not a lot of maintenance. It's not a traditional car, so you're not really worrying about like all the small stuff breaking on you. One thing you should know is that insurance in these cars are higher because the battery's at the bottom. If you get hit in an awkward position, insurance companies tend to write it off, so the premium in this is higher. But again, you're in Toronto, so remember, insurance jacked up anyways. I mean, yeah, minimal maintenance, great. I love it. It's amazing. I would not change it for the world, especially for the fact that I came from a BMW, and let's just say that that car was not safe to drive after a little while. All right, let's talk about that interior. I think it's probably one of the coolest parts of the whole car, especially with the white seats combined with the minimalistic feel. It feels pretty futuristic in here. There's barely any clutter and just one big screen in the front that controls almost everything. And also for the new Model 3 2024, they've added a rear screen for the passengers, which is a nice touch. The rear screen lets passengers control the climate, seat heating, and even access entertainment options like Netflix and YouTube. So whether you're on a long road trip or just giving someone a ride, it's pretty nice. I think it definitely makes the backseat experience a lot better compared to other vehicles. The seats for the most part are pretty comfy. I haven't noticed too much of like leg fatigue when driving the car for long periods of time, but I think you'll get tired driving a car around for hours anyways. So yeah, for the most part, the seats are pretty comfy. They are wrapped in vegan leather, which makes the cleaning process of white seats crazy. I've had dirt stains and even some spilled mishaps, and they've come right off. I would say regular like cleaning solutions, nothing too chemically, but yeah, I've had no issues with the white seats. But to each their own. If it's not your cup of tea, then it's not your cup of tea. But yeah, the white seats not too bad to clean and pretty nice. The front two seats are heated and cooled, and the rear seats are just heated. So yeah, I utilize that a lot in the summer. By the way, the cooled seats came in super clutch, and now since it's winter, I'm kicking up the heat and my back is always warm. Also, that glass roof makes a huge difference, makes the interior feel a lot more airy, and the cabin just feels a lot nicer. Storage is pretty practical as well. The center console has plenty of space for your daily essentials, and the wireless charging pad is a nice touch. I don't use it too often, but it's nice to have. When I first started in Tesla, it was pretty eerie not hearing an engine sound, but now I've come pretty accustomed to it. It feels like you're driving around a go-kart. It's extremely silent, and it just feels like you're driving around like in a bubble of just quietness. You do hear a little bit of road sound, but it's not too terrible, and they've actually improved it on this new model. If I had to nitpick, relying on the touchscreen for things like adjusting vents and tweaking settings can take a little getting used to, but overall the futuristic and comfortable design kind of makes up for it. Tesla does come up with routine software updates, and some of them include UI updates and other kind of cool software updates that make the experience for the user a lot better. I think the internet loves to shit on Tesla for its minimalistic interior. It's not that bad when you get used to it. Overall, I think I'd give the Tesla a 9 out of 10 with interior. There are a couple of issues that I have a problem with, especially that panel gap that you see by the LED lights. Pisses me off every day, but you kind of have to get used to it. It is what it is. So quickly, I want to talk about the Tesla app. The Tesla app lets you control various things across the car. like, you know, climate controls and like location of the car. And one big thing is obviously security. I get to check Sentry like cameras while I'm in a store, or you know, I'm far away from the car. In a recent update, Tesla actually came up with dash cam viewers, so all your Sentry mode clips and your saved dash cam clips in your Tesla, you can actually view straight through the phone now. And I think you can also save them straight to the phone, which is pretty nice, because before you actually had to come into the car and then look through your system. Climate is a pretty big one. Like in the morning when it's really cold outside, I actually start the climate straight to the phone before I get into the car, so the car's like an optimal temperature by the time I leave. So that's a pretty nice feature to have. Here I can also check the location of the car at all times, where it's at, and actually see and navigate through the app as well. Like I can put in an address and then send that address straight to my phone through the app. So service is pretty nice. Recently I had to get a service quote for my auto body work that I had to get done, and I actually just sent them pictures of the damage, and they got back to me within a day straight to the app. I sent them pictures to the app, and they messaged me through the app as well. Roadside is also an option, so if you're stranded with like no charging or you know some other issue, you also have the roadside option that you can contact Tesla to facilitate like roadside service for you. Pretty nice. I haven't experienced it yet, but I definitely don't plan on doing it, but it's nice to know that I have it. And overall, I think that the app experience is pretty nice. I haven't found it to be like lackluster or anything. It's pretty intuitive, and you can kind of control whatever you really need to through the app, which is nice to have. And this phone is also your phone key. Like I have it in my pocket. I've never had to really use a key card. However, I do keep it on me at all times, because if your phone dies or something happens with your Bluetooth service or something's messed up, you're gonna be stranded, and that's not a good look. So yeah, you should always keep your Tesla key on you at all times, is what I've noticed and what I've realized based on other stories. But yeah, I've had people like use Apple Watches as their phone key, and their like Oura Rings as phone keys, which is pretty sick. Like not having to like carry a key or unlock through the thing. You just have a phone key and whatever or not, and you're good to go. But yeah, that's the app. I just thought I'd include this as well, because it's a pretty big part of the car. It's definitely a game changer when driving this car, so just thought I'd put it in there. All right, so that is my review of the Tesla Model 3. I apologize for the lack of quality in this video. Like I said, it's one of my first videos. I don't know if I really mentioned that, but it is my first video, you know, as most of you probably can see, whoever's watching this. I know I didn't cover a lot of things about the car just because I really didn't know how to really structure the video, but I would like to mention I have no complaints about the car, especially even in the cold weather now. It's been performing quite well. I think they've made a lot of improvements with this model especially, and a lot of the reviews I've read and seen are pretty positive about the new car. I'm holding my phone up, but I don't know if I'm going to be using my shotgun mic audio or my phone, whichever one's better, but it is a little windy and cold as shit, so I should probably get back in the car. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you have any more questions or any more concerns, I don't know, I doubt a lot of people would even watch the video, because it's just how these things kind of go. I put a lot of effort and time and really try to curate the video as best as I possibly could. I'm still learning. I know there's a lot of grainy footage. I believe this is probably really grainy as well, because I'm still learning how to use a camera. Anyways, I'm yapping too much. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your holidays, or Happy New Year whenever you watch this. Take care.